That was whack, by the way. But we move. Yo, Mel is making me nervous. I even forgot my intro, bro.
I'm sorry.
You're making me nervous.
I'm so sorry. That's a good thing. That's great. I love it. Wow. Because now
I hate it.
we're making each other nervous. I can't just be the only nervous one.
Are you nervous?
How?
How? You must say.
Hi,
so
Bo.
okay, I feel like we're on the same level.
Okay, I'm nervous.
Shut up. Alright, manene guys, isifikile sigalelekile kalibizo ke LB mahlangana wa matetile kitsamale house Melz in the building. I just said house. You don't like that? You like that? Should I say house or not?
No,
You know what house means?
yeah, kusho usisi mhlawumbe or ngithathela phezulu akunankinga ke.
I'm thinking.
Yes, no problem.
Okay. Welcome to Swami.
Thank you.
Kunjani
Thank
usuku
you
lwakho?
for having. It's long, it's tiring, but it's okay.
Mangixolise ukuthi I made you wait, you know.
Yeah, no.
Well, you are very, very punctual. I'll
just
give you
just
100.
this one time, I'm
100.
glad. Like
This one time.
No,
You
I'm
made
just-
you look good. And I said like, yo, she's always.
yeah, I am always punctual when I need to go. If it's work related, I'm definitely always punctual.
Okay.
If it's other things related,
Okay.
I'm African time punctual.
Okay.
Yeah.
So funda lapho ukuthi sibe punctual all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, shout outs to you. Let's get into it. I want you to take me back to please pronounce it because
Epopopo.
Epopopo.
Yes.
Epopopo. Yeah. Please take me back to Epopopo. That's where you're born, right?
No.
What? Ernest, you need to talk after this interview. Give me the wrong information. Okay. But okay.
That's not where I was born, but that's where I originate from.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you stayed there for a little bit?
No, not really. I only stayed there for like 3 years when I was
Okay.
very young. I stayed there between the ages of 1 to 3, probably.
So do you
Yeah.
have any memories about Epopopo?
Outside of everybody telling me that I was always the person dancing and singing ingoma. One song that I don't even know, hey, because majority of the time in Lapekaya, everybody would be like, I was playing Lengome Bobove, and I don't even know what song. They'd say I would stand, excuse me, I would stand and be like, Bobove, yo, Bobove. And I don't know what old song.
You sound like Biggs right now.
Yeah, I don't know what song that was. I think Umpoboze or something. And I used to say Umpobove or something. So I just used to be this active dancing and singing child. Everywhere la ukhulwa mbeke hamba khona beke hamba nami. So meke hamba nami kuleyo ndawo leyo kuthiwa nje mina ngemestikini nangoku aphi uyaqala umbobove. Yo and ngisho nje into eyodwa over and over and over again. Bangibiza no Joshua ke because ngihlala yabo inyawo ngiguqele njengoba ngihleli manje. So remember advert ya Joshua Do?
Oh yeah, the famous
Yes, yes. So the guy they would sit with his legs crossed. So nje I grew up bengithanda ukuhlala yabo njengosisi bengibiza uJoshua. So nje izona zinto engiyikhumbulayo with her that has to do nasemakhaya, but outside of that
when you come to naming, there's Uncle Waffles and there's Uncle Joshua.
Hayi cha ngeke. Awungeke. We. Cha ngeke. Kodwa ngathi nje lo asiyeke cishe ngasho into asiyeke. Asiyeke.
I wonder.
Asiyeke.
And then when did you come to Joburg?
So I was born in South Rand Hospital. I was born here in Johannesburg in 2001, so I'm very young. I'm 21 years old. I was born here in Johannesburg, born and raised here. So I just went Ekaya when my mother had to work this side. And then unfortunately she was in a car accident, so I stayed that side no Kuluwami while she was the side. They thought she had. Yabo ngiculela nje, ngishaya zona nje lezo zinto lezo. Umbobove, yabo.
Umbobove.
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. There's a song, hey? I don't know if people know the song. If it reminds you of any song in the olden days,
slide in the comments.
Slide in the comments and tell us, is it Umboboze or something? But I was the real one, Shem. Yeah.
So
it's
now,
that.
hey, all right. So you've been in Joburg ever since.
Yes.
Okay.
So I go Emakaya just to visit, and because gay veling it's understood. And a lot of the question that I get a lot most of the time is people ask me, you know, they just like not even yazi isizulu samanje isizulu samasifana uma ukhuluma isizulu sasegonjeni sihlala siwu2 noma
so wena sipline kanjani sakho
ngiyathanda ukuba umzulu so nje I just feel like mengisidilute noma mhlawumbe ngikhuluma isizulu angizwakala ukuthi ngumzulu engathi manje ngitshelekiwe angisho kabi ukuthi abantu abakhuluma isizulu ngaleyo ndlela abatshelekile but nje ukuthi nje I think I love my culture to that point that I did my own research on the side outside of my mother being a part of that entire process. It's just something that I loved and enjoyed doing.
So you never studied isiZulu esikoleni?
Nothing. Yonke into engiyaziyo nje ngesizulu. Yonke into.
I was about to test you. Yini udweshu?
I gather yini udweshu. Yini wena leyo nto leyo. Awungitshele bhuti udweshu angigazi.
Hey, wathi khona udweshu ngaphakathi nangaphandle noqedela ke nani lapha emakhaya.
Hayi sifunda every day. Oh udweshu manje. Isizulu lesudweshu.
Isizulu ubuza uma wakho.
Angizofuna.
Noma ufonelele emakhaya.
Angizofuna.
Udweshu. No, I think I studied in Durban. Right? So now I was passing with this other class, and then I heard umeme buza yini udweshu. So it been stuck since.
Oh, so when ubamba udweshu wangalesa sikhathi lesiya. Usuza naye la manje.
Udweshu akushiti.
Oh yini udweshu bhuti? Umfundile phela wena?
Ngezwa.
Weza udlule eklasini, uthisha enibuza.
Ebabuza.
Ebuzoba.
The students.
Bungekho part of the class.
No.
So uze waqeda nje wena ungakazi ubuza udweshu.
Ngalibuza kodwa sengikhohle ukuthi what it means. But I'll get back to you, don't worry.
All right, good.
But okwazi ukuthi khona ngaphakathi nangaphandle.
Oh, udweshu nje linento in and out.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Let's continue. So you mentioned ukuthi uwingane dansayo, eculayo. So now bebekubiza ekhaya ukuthi hey wozo dansela umakhelwane la.
Awu sonke isikhathi. Ngitshelwa yibo vele omakhola nizalukwazi ezase next door ziza kumini oh nanga umbhobove. Oh no webhuti futhi. Uwebhuti ke ngiyakhumbula webhuti mina ngihamba.
Oh mafikizo.
Yeah, but mina ke bengirepeat uwebhuti nje kuphela leyo part nje kuphela webhuti the whole time that was what that was.
Bengasho ukuthi hayi le ngane yabiza ubhuti kangaka.
Hayibona.
Ngedla.
Hayibona.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. So, besides singing, what were your interests while growing up?
Exactly that. I used to dance, sing, everything that has to do with the entertainment industry. I was always a part of from a very young age. So, ngesikhathi ngisuke eNatal ngiza ngala sengizohlala noma umanje was involved in castings and all of that. Abantu bebesina, becula, be-actor. So I was witnessing all of that from a very young age. Ngiba join sometimes. And then sometimes when they used to perform for other people, abakhona ukungibamba. So uma would tell me ukuthi bekumele ngenze show ngihlezi ngigqokisa kahle because one minute ulana next minute stage usujoin abantu abaperformayo abenza lezinto abazenzayo. We understand ngeke ahambise ingane nje engcolile igijima stage and futhi bengenza lento bebeyipracticeile vele ukubonisa ukuthi amani lengane le khona into ekhona.
Wow. So uma wayibona lento uthi khona.
Wayibona nje vele so that's why bekangangivale nokungivalela because wabona ukuthi nginje. So nje vele I started from a very young age, especially dancing. That was one thing that I really loved doing.
Wow.
So nje nase crash when we had to do abo Sarafina, Apiwe. Yes, Malzee, my real name being Apiwe.
Yeah.
Was always the person also to know this is not how it's done. It's done like this. Because there's a graduation, a crash, and we were supposed to do Sarafina. And then Mrs. Sienz Sarafina yakona, umem le ngifundisa yona, akuyona le ngiyaziyo mina original. Ngithi hayibo, mem mina ngiyenza ngamphisa, ngathi angenzi mina le dance ngoba iyenziwa kanje. Wathi mema bebeyenza lula phela siyingane,
yabo.
So uyasicabangela umem angifune ecatshangelwa mina, ngifuna ioriginal ngoba ngiyayazi. Ngamtshela umem ngathi angenzi ke ngoba phela mina lento le angenzi kanje.
Athi ngiyacabanga.
Wathi mem abanye abantwana bayazi bathi ngathi hayi ke mina ngenzi lento elula. Wathi okay bafundise ke Aphiwe ngafundisa ke saqhubeka ngiphila. Lula. I've been choreography. I have been doing it for many years. I just stopped when I started doing rap.
Oh.
That's when I stopped dancing.
We're gonna get into rap. So Varsity ufunde.
I'm still in Varsity right now. So I'm studying at the Maharishi International University. So it's a varsity that's based in the United States, but there's a branch this side. So yeah, it's a lot. It's many years. I'm tired.
So but you
Ish, yeah, yabo. Now we.
That's your board now.
Now you're bored. Now we. Suzofunda kwezakho.
Competition out there, man. I am bored. So what are you studying? What are you currently studying?
I'm doing an international BA in business management and administration.
Okay. Are you trying to
It just has to do with managing in company, and then it's business related. Everything. It just goes more into depth. And also, it degree yakho as a South African pay.
Okay.
Actually, it's not just a South Africa. If you in South Africa, you have to convert it. And the more you convert, I guess South Africa becomes higher than what it actually is when you go
So whole
in the United States. I've been in
Yo, I guess you see. We must exchange numbers. We need connects. Yes, Lambe ukona.
Kanjani?
Une
connection awulambi dude. Egoli.
Thank you.
Awungeke.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Yes, Lambe. How? I thought you're gonna say you're studying media or anything because you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm glad you asked because everybody asks. Things were shocked munganguzi. Oh, I would say ngizamukuthi ngiyayitshela or anything ne. I always felt like I always felt very humble. I always felt like media was in me. You know, I always felt like it was who I am because I've been doing it for such a young age. I'm not saying that there isn't more stuff that I can learn, but I just felt like like I can get that information as I go. Because majority of the students I'm just saying ezinye media and other stuff that they're interested in. Like when I look at their work and stuff, I'm just I get it like, oh okay. It's just like it's not that complex. So I wanted to study something outside of the media because I feel like I can do it noma ngingafundanga.
Okay.
Do you understand? So I can grow within it. So the business side of things, vele kade ngafuna ukufunda business. Noma uzongibuza grade 1, what are you going to be a businesswoman? Uma angaka understand yathi ngizothengisa amatamati estradeni. Angakayiqondi ukuthi ingane yami ikhuluma ngani mesithi businesswoman ngoba phela umkhulu vele beyethengisa amaveji. So uma benenkinga acabanga ukuthi nangoku umkhulu azo influence ingane ukuthi thengisa amaveji
so kubalance amabhuku kamkhulu
namaveji besika nje nomkhulu meke thengise emgaqweni ngilapho nami ngiyacula eceleni uyadayisa yabo nje
ucula umbhobo
yabo
umbhoboze noma
yebo umbhobove konke nje lokho. So yeah.
You lived a very interesting life.
I feel like if ngakhula ngesikhathi samafoni base senemali yokuthenga amafoni a-serious awu engabe ngaba yile yangane yabo edumayo nje ingane nje ibhedayo ekhuluma kakhulu.
Are you on TikTok?
I'm not.
Why? I feel like you should be on TikTok.
I don't know. I feel like I should as well. Hey,
you're sleeping.
I am. I'll take my L. I'll take it. I'll take my L.
You're the first person to say I'm gonna take my L.
No, I'll take my L. No, I'll take
Please
my
be
L.
on TikTok.
Yes, I will.
Man,
I will.
Please. So if Otsi doesn't this we feel like phone and you can get it just like that.
Yes.
You know, have you ever considered being on radio?
I have, but I just feel like it's something that's gonna come with time. It's not something that I'm really interested in right now.
Because I feel like the way you articulate yourself.
Yes. Wow. Ngiyabonga bu. Ngiyabonga mina.
Sengithi winga sifaka nami. Angifundisana ngaphandle.
Phela uma uhamba nomuntu uwi. Awuyishinga phansi. Uhamba nomuntu lapho.
Ngiyabonga mina. Washo tip. Ngiyabonga mina.
Ngiyabonga mina.
So now, let's get into music. Where did you fall in love with music?
It was to prove a point.
To who?
To a guy. So when I got into Malzee is very competitive. Before she even became Malzee, let me just say, Apiwe, don't test me and say I can't do something. Okay. So I moved into this new area. These group of gents were rapping. I've always been interested in rap music. Yes, those type of things. They used to also record music. You know, I was just very interested in that because Vele, I always loved hip hop from a very young age. The likes of Tupac, The Game, all of that.
Wow.
The old school type of music is what I love.
Okay.
So,
and 2000.
And one. Who no end after. Yeah, so when I saw them doing all of that, I was very interested. I'm just like, can you guys teach me how to rap?
Yeah.
And they were like, no, you can't do this. You're a girl. I was like,
Enjoy that.
what? What? Because I was already a writer
Yeah.
at the time.
But I'm a
So,
poet.
write, not even poems, like short stories, short novels.
That was-
I used to
was
write
really
for
love
the school and
that.
stuff. Hayi nama
Enga
letter
poet.
ngiyawabhala.
Yeah.
4-page back to back nje.
Ah,
Uhlangene nami nenkinga.
Ah, okay. But that's
So
good though,
yeah, I was already a writer, so I was just like, I just need to get a flow and a rhythm and see how this thing goes. I started, and then a couple of weeks later, they were like, "Oh, yo, no, you come do it." I'm like, "No, brother, I'm way better than you now. So what do you mean? You know?" Then I fell in love with it as I went because it showed me Uguti. Vela, I express myself through writing, so it doesn't have to be something that I just keep to myself anymore. I can express it through music, and that's just how I started.
So
my
when you
music
started,
journey.
did you know my 8 bars? I still don't know. Ernest is only
Nothing.
telling me about 8 bars.
I'm still learning.
Is it 24 bars?
When I record with Ernest, I ask him how many bars is that. I'm really gonna say, because like sometimes someone would send me something and say, I want you to write a 16 bar. I'm just like, okay, that seems like it's pretty long. I have an idea how long it should be.
Wait,
then I just write and I spit.
How long should it be?
Long.
16.
16. So it's not really that hectic. That's like the bare minimum, I would say. Or 8, but 16 is just like the one that we usually
Is it
ask.
half a page or?
I wouldn't know, because I don't write on a
Educate me,
page.
my guy.
Yeah? No.
16 bars is?
It's offline.
Offline,
Offline.
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, okay.
Offline.
But what if there's somebody watching and they don't know as well?
16 bars is 16 lines, basically.
16 lines. I
Why you
think.
not show mine down here?
No,
Mine
I
got
don't
16.
think that it's 16 lines, because what I wrote, you can't necessarily say 16 lines because people write differently.
Yeah.
So I think how he taught me was, wherever you feel like you're taking a break after you say something, like where you take a breather, where your next breather is, that's 1. Then the second one comes, that's 2.
That's why I'm like lines.
Yeah. Okay, lines, but breather.
Okay. I learned something new today. All right. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So, what's your genre? It's hip hop, right?
Yes, hip hop.
And then, what message do you feel you're taking out there? And do you think it makes a difference? In somebody's
Majority
life?
of the time, I say my story or whatever I'm feeling at the
What's
time.
your story?
It's not that deep. Hey, it's not like, yo, I was raised.
my
No, it's nothing like that. Honestly, it's nothing like that. I just feel like I express however I'm feeling, especially that has to do with my state of mind, mental health. I don't go that deep into it, but whatever I'm feeling, if I'm feeling like a boss, I'm gonna say,
I'm a boss.
boss.
Yeah.
Do you understand? No, I don't rap like that.
You don't rap like that?
Nah, I
shout
got
outs to-
bars for real.
Shout outs to you. No, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, when I started, I did though, because obviously when
What
I
changed?
started music,
Oh, cool, I know, man.
not really. When I started music, bengazi ukuthi ngenza land and bengenza to prove a point, like I said.
Okay.
So obviously, when you sing the music scene, you sing females rapping about what they have, and you think, okay, that means that's how I should do it. But I never really used to listen to that type of music, so I just started rapping about what I have, and it didn't feel
Authentic.
natural.
Yeah.
And even my mother would cringe every single time she's
Yeah,
listening.
yeah.
She'd be like, "Hey, indaba ufuna ukwenza?" You know, it was uncomfortable for
Yeah.
her. So then I had to really sit down with myself and question myself, like, why are you really doing this? Are you doing this for other people, or is it for you? And if it's for you, what do you want it to be for you? Do you want it to be something that people view as, she's just that girl that raps about 1, 2, 3, or do you want more to come out from that? So once I started making music and getting more comfortable with it and really talking my talk, then my mother used to
Talk your shit.
talking my talk.
Yeah.
Then my mother used to really appreciate the music and she started falling in love with it. Then I said, staying true to yourself is very important as a person, because when I was trying to be another person, it didn't work out for me. Yeah.
Your mom must be just crazy.
Exactly. And also I was uncomfortable recording that because I'm like, no, popping wet. What's wet? You know, I'm like, no, I was even young. I didn't even know what those things. I'm like,
Your mom never asked, what do you mean, la?
she knew what I meant. She's just like, ufuna ungikhulelele le nto le. Ngoba phela emakhaya kuthiwa uMalzee uyarap, apha uyarapha, isuka phi yonke lento umkhulu azolalela izinto ezimanzi eziconsayo. Hayi. Hayi bengisebenze.
Now, shout out to your mom. So, do you remember your first song and how was it?
Yes, I was actually in a rap duo before I became solo. So I was rapping with another female, right?
Okay, just the two of you. Yeah.
Yeah, the two of us. We were called Commando. So
Wow.
the first song, our first song was called I'm the Boss. Yeah, I'm the boss. The hook was fire. My verse was not. You know, it
Who
was
came up
just
with the
like
hook?
we both did. It was just like
Okay.
something where we vibe and then we come up with words like, yeah, this would work. So it was just like a music. That's how we came up with majority of our songs. But
Mhm.
like the verse was like, I still remember bits and pieces of it, but it was just like, girl,
Wow.
no.
Are you sure?
It was like, am I allowed to swear?
Yeah, you're allowed to say.
Okay, so it was like, bitch, I've been living a lie. I've been doing all the slides. I'd rather die. My nigga be doing something. He be doing he'd rather die. And then I've been keeping with 100. Freaking bitch undecided. With the baddie. Yo, it was just like, and then I was just like, I prefer a big what. And I'm just like, no. Awumkhulu bezoquleka
discipline.
umkhulu bezothi ngane yami cha.
What the one?
Hayi. So I couldn't even listen to the song myself. Like I wanted it to stay, go the hook, and I didn't want it to move on. So imagine if I myself cannot listen to the song.
Yeah, man.
It was a problem.
No, cool, man. Let's play a small game. I call it mentions and lessons. Right? People you've met.
Okay.
What did they teach you?
Okay.
Right? I'm gonna name drop. Then you tell me, you give me a story.
Okay.
Right? DJ Switch.
Wow, that's actually an amazing person, hey, because like DJ Switch has been trying to get me on his show called Put Me on Switch, where he puts
Is it
on
a podcast?
something. Yeah, it is a
Yeah,
podcast
okay.
on YouTube. So where he's trying to put on young upcoming artists that he feels have something, right?
To give, yeah.
Yes. So I've been the one that has been running around. Like he's been wanting me
Hard
to
to
come.
get.
Like I'm not doing it intentionally. Like I have school every single day from 8 to 6.
Wow.
Every single day. So I'm literally trying to do this entire rap thing, but also I have to be a student majority of my
Oh,
time.
yeah.
So when it comes to music, there isn't times where you can say, no, Monday to Friday I have school, do it on a Saturday, because Saturdays is just gigs. So during the week it's like other stuff where
So
you're
you're gig?
recording and whatever. I'm just saying that's how the music
man,
scene
but
is.
same goes on
Majority.
gig.
Yeah, I do.
Certainly
So
not,
majority
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
time that's how it is. So he's been trying to get me on, but I couldn't show up because I'm always busy. So omunye umuntu bengicabanga ukuthi ngenza ama excuses,
Yeah.
but Shem, he never gave up on me. Even when the actual show came up, when he had an event for Put Me on Switch, it was only the people who were on the podcast who were supposed to perform.
I
But
saw
he
you on the promos.
yeah, he brought
you had
me
like the purple hair.
red.
Red. Oh
Red,
yeah.
yeah. So he brought me over to come and perform regardless of me being on the show or not. And he was taking a chance because he's never seen me perform before. So when I
But he knows your
performed,
music.
yeah, he saw my music
Yeah.
from Instagram and whatever. So when he saw me perform that day, he was like, wow, I'm glad I actually took this risk because you're actually good, you know. And then he's also the reason why I got my first radio play on Metro. So he really puts
Oh yeah, on a skido.
people on, yeah. So I was just really glad. He's really doing the most for the upcoming cats.
Shout out to DJ Switch.
Shout out to DJ
Yeah.
Switch.
Yes, Prince.
Yeah.
Yo, amazing. Listen, when I tell you that I've been struggling to get studio for ever since I started rapping about I'm a boss. I used to go to a studio in Freedom Park
Yeah.
to record. So in Kibela and Jalo every single time when I was still in the rap duo with this girl.
Did you get your money's worth?
I used to go to Freedom Park to record. I used to go there. And yo, bruh, it was really a waste of money. And we were wasting money that we didn't have because my mother is like, I've been taking out so much, but I don't see where this thing is going. Because really, I'm rapping. So where was it going to go? Do you understand?
Damn.
So when I eventually met to Ernest and Shem, he's been allowing me to record and all of that. And it was easy access because he's closer to me.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh my gosh. And sometimes I ask him to do things like last minute. Yo, bro, I need to record. I have an idea because sometimes Jay's doing
Yeah.
and I want to record it today and I want to record the video tomorrow. And I'm like, can I pull through? He's like, yeah, no, sure, no problem.
Shout out to
Sonjai.
Shout out.
He deserves something.
Okay, don't worry.
No,
I'll give him
he's an
a cap or
OG.
something. I'll give him a cap or something.
You must give him a cap, right?
But he still owes me.
Wait.
We're not gonna get into that. The third one is Touchline.
That's such an for me.
Wow. Who's saying? You're my sister. What did
He's
he
my
say?
favorite, like honestly, he's my favorite person in the industry. Like I said, I used to, well, I still love old school type of rap.
Yeah.
And my favorite person was Tupac, but also the game, but one of the more, hood and all that. So I felt like Touchline was one person that was really telling a story in these streets because there was, for a long time, I've been hearing a lot of noise in the music industry.
And all that,
Do you understand? And he was really telling stories. He was resonating with a lot of people. So those type of things is what I love when it comes to music and what I love listening to. So he was real for me. So I was just like, he's the first person that's real and is in this generation and whatever. So when I got to meet him for the first time, it was even worse. I was just like, oh my goodness, he's such a proper dude, and he appreciated me for appreciating his craft, which I loved, And when we met, he's like, bro, don't worry, I got you, type of thing. So
shout out to Touchline.
Shout out.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So where do you see your music career in the next 5 years or so?
Yo, in the next couple of months, like I need to be big. 5 years, I need to be bigger. There's a lot of people.
I like that. Yeah.
So there's a lot of people that I want to work with, but obviously the feature that is my dream feature would obviously be Touchline for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
And other people would be like, but he said he got your back. Why don't you just do a song with him now? Listen, Touchline got bars, okay? So I need to drill myself. I need to put in the hard work so that when I'm on a song with him, it's not a thing, Yoguti, he's doing me a favor. Do you understand? He mustn't body me, No, I don't want favors. I want to earn my stripes. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So when I'm on a track with him, they must be like, yo, that girl. Nah, females no.
Ernesto.
Females.
Nah.
Wow.
No.
Not even no Digo what?
No.
Wow. Okay, cool. What I'm sad known.
Nah, I don't want any bad blood. We still got to make music, but I'm not scared of any female in the industry. Honestly, because I feel like with the work that I'm putting in and my bars and how lyrical I am, I feel like I'm bodying a whole lot that are big right now.
Okay.
So
wow. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, please, no. I love your music. I'm not saying you're like whack or anything. No, you're not. Great music, but I'm not scared. There is no need to be scared.
Okay, did you ever meet MPZ?
No. He has the interesting story. Just like DJ Switch, he didn't give up on me. He didn't give up on me. Guys, like school has me here. Like school is controlling my life. He's known me for 3 years. He knew me like 3 years ago. He hit me up and he's like, yo, I want to work with you. You great. I see so much potential. And it's been something, let's plan a studio session. But whenever he's available, I've got school, and whenever I'm available, he's got work. You know what I'm saying? So it's always been that for 3 years. So yeah. And he even said now, before he dropped the Ladies Night Cypher, where he's like, if you're not on this one, I'm really starting to feel like you just don't want to work with me. So I was like, I had to make sure that I do it.
Man. Makoya.
Yeah, no. I've grown.
Wow.
I've grown.
Yeah. How did you feel when your song was played on Oskido?
It was a very proud moment.
Metro FM.
Yeah, it was a very yeah.
Metro FM.
Yeah, wafona shem. Wafona. Umkhulu wami was very proud because he's also one person. Or supports high rap no manga understand. He's just like, he was very proud. So it was a proud moment for me. It was.
Okay, no, that's cool. I want to know what thing. Hey, ingane yami ifamous.
Uma wonke umuntu befanele wonke umuntu nabase society. Hawu uaphi ehena ngalesikhathi lesi ma is the realest shame. Yabona yena. Fella shares to make sure what they know the time. They can't miss it. Yeah.
Wow,
so it was very nice.
What did that do for your career though?
It did a lot because a lot of people, big artists right now, are looking at me. But what I feel is they want to see if this is all I can give. So some are looking and they want to work, but they just like, give us more, girl. What more do you have? What more do you have? You know, type of thing. I'm just like, huh? There's a lot more where that came from. Do you understand? Because the song that went on Metro, or the song that started getting people talking about me, it wasn't even a song where I feel Ngati it was big. Do you understand? I was just like, I don't understand what's making the song.
And the song features Billy B.
Billy.
Billy. Yeah, Billy. Yeah.
It's a guy.
Whoa! You better cut that out, right? Please cut that part out. I beg. Please cut that part out.
You know.
Okay, cool. How's your mental health? Because a lot of shit is going on out here.
A problem.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie, Shem. I think majority of the time, something that really stops my growth when it comes to this music thing is my mental health, because I have a lot of mental breakdowns, but I deal with them alone. And when that happens, I stop everything. Like, I stop making music, I stop shooting, I stop taking pictures. It's just like, I don't want to hear anybody, I don't want to do anything. I'm actually beating myself up about doing something, but I'm not doing something. You know, when you have anxiety and depression at the same time. So anxiety, you're stressing about the future and what's going to happen and how great you want it to be. But because you're depressed, you don't have the urge to stand up and actually do something.
Damn.
So yeah, it's deep.
So how do you keep saying though?
God, bruh. I think the only time when I actually start to be better is when I start praying. You know, when people tell you, Uguti, pray because there's something forcing you to not pray. There's an energy that's forcing you to not pray. So the time when you feel like you don't want to pray, actually pray, because there's actually something that's telling you to not pray. Do you understand? So it usually wins, because voices in the head, they say, no, you whack. Who do you think you are? You know, all those things. So it's just like, mental health is really...
Okay, cool. So what advice would you give to anybody that's actually going through anxiety?
Yeah, I just think when it comes to mental health, especially in like black communities and all of that, sometimes we feel like it's not okay for us to talk about it and say, Guti, I have a problem, just because we don't have a doctor that's going to diagnose us with that thing, you know. So a lot of people keep it in because Dr. Sbanban didn't say I have depression, so therefore I don't have right, Guti, I feel depressed, you know, something like that. So I just feel like you are allowed to feel what you're feeling and express it because it's real, you know. Don't keep it on the low, or don't feel like you're not deserving, because ayikho imali endlini yokuthi bakusa abantu enaba rights ukuthi you understand yonke leyo nto leyo. You're feeling something, and therefore that's valid enough for you to speak about that. So I just feel like speak about it, because the more that we keep it to ourselves, the more we say to people, I ain't get rights, no, everything is okay, and whatever, because obviously endlini mozoti you're depressed, you know. So I just feel like that's also a problem that a lot of people need to come together and help each other with, especially those people dealing with that, because singaba abangani sazi ukuthi so2 sisuke endlini kuyahlushekwa yonke leyo nto leyo, but because sikhuliswe endaweni yokuthiwa we are not allowed to say or express this because we weak, or sizenza belungu, do you understand? Izinto ezinjalo. So I just feel like when we actually start talking and those movements start circulating, things are going to become so much better.
Either one. Do you have a team, like a management team?
I do have a manager. His name is Siabonga Ndlovu, and I'm always annoying him. But like, I have a manager. Something that we're trying to do is actually trying to grow the team, so that we can get at least a DJ, a photographer, a videographer, and all of that. But it's really not easy, hey? Because if you're dealing with someone who's got mental health issues, as a manager, that's a lot to handle, because people just see the artist Malzee makeup and all, and he sees the girl that sometimes doesn't want to step out of the house because it's a lot. She feels like she's not good enough. So that is a lot for you to handle, and getting people that have energy that is going to be proper, because I don't just want to work with anyone. Do you understand? I don't want somebody who's going to come on my team and he feels uncomfortable and he needs to pray. Isn't this
yeah,
so I want to work with people that have the same morals and values in life and all of that. So that's why I feel like it's a bit difficult to actually create my ideal team, but it's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
Prince on your side? It's going to happen.
With Prince on my side? Come on. What you mean?
It's going to happen.
What are you talking about?
What are you currently working on?
Music wise, I'm trying to work on a project.
You must work.
I am working. It's not like I'm not doing anything. It's just like singles that I'm releasing here and there, and things that just come up randomly. Like I said, I have a lot of those that happen, record and release. But I really want to take out a body of work. But I just feel like I need to get to a certain level first. So I'm just working towards getting to that level so I can actually release.
I wonder which level this is.
Levels
with you.
Yeah, no. I don't think there's ever a place where you can say I've finally reached my destination, because I feel like umuntu mege cooler. Now you set a higher goal and you say, no, now I need to get here. And when you get there, now I need to get here. And sometimes we might seem unappreciative of the place that you're at, because especially if you manifest things into your life, like when you see yourself already there, when you're there, you don't see that you're there. Does that make sense? So not really. Not okay. So if you're a person that believes and has faith, Uguti, something is going to happen, for example, and you believe, Uguti, in a year's time I'm going to be famous. So right now you understand. So right now you act like you are already. So it's not like something that you are working towards. So when that thing comes, you're comfortable with how it is to be famous, because you've been prepping yourself before it came. Do you understand? Even with your actions. Because sometimes when we just say things and we don't act on them, when they actually come, it becomes a shock. But when you're prepared, it's like, no, but I feel like I've been having this. Do you understand? So that is how I work towards a lot of things.
You are busy dropping gems. What is 2000 in bed?
And one. Guno
and
yay.
Okay, that's called Salapo. And one. Are you dropping gems, eh? No, man.
No.
Okay.
I don't.
I
score.
International.
Hey, Sinzima.
Yeah, man. No, let's close it up. This is the kitchen podcast. So I normally ask people this question, the kitchen podcast. So I took it wrong. Hey, somebody took it wrong. I'm like, why did I even ask the question?
Wait, do you think you should ask me?
I think I should.
Okay.
You're 10.
Okay.
2001. 10.
Yeah.
Can you cook, and what's your favorite meal?
Can I cook? Yeah. So that Sidle Sute, yes, I can cook.
Singapi food.
Awu cha khuleka awu siyasutha nje kamnandi nje futhi. Angena uchef kodwa. My favorite meal. Yeah, I'm a very simple girl. Don't be fooled by what you see. Ngithandela nje mina ipapa nebindi. That's my favorite meal. Like noma yeki pizza yakho ungangikhiphi ungangenzi lutho. Angizi nyama yenhloko. Intokazi, yes, okay.
Bakhona abanye.
Bayenza but mina nje ngafundiswa ukuthi intombazana ayidli nyama yenhloko, so angiyazi ukuthi sisa kanjani. Babuza abantu abadala. Angisababuzanga ke abantu abadala bazosubuza kakhulu. So nje kwathi nje omkhulu intombazana ayidli nyama yenhloko, ngathi yebo omkhulu. Awusabuzi kakhulu, uyavuma nje.
Wow.
Yeah, no, yeah.
That's true, man.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. So where can people catch your social media handles?
So on every social media platform, I am _Malzee. So at IAM _Malzee, MALZEE. And on YouTube, just Malzee.
Malzee.
From isithakazelo sami ngiyathanda isizulu, so yabo bekumele ngigcine home. So isithakazelo sami umzimela, yabo umfeka umzimela umaxega uthusi. So umzimela, that's the isithakazelo engisithathile. I just swapped around the letters. Mzimela, Malzee.
Hey, no, shout out to you.
Yes, sir.
Before.
Ungathi ngisipitha amabhasi.
How?
Ngiyanazi phela nina bese isicelo okuncane.
How ntokazi?
Sipitha amabhasi.
How?
Ngiyanazi phela nina. Hawu, ngiyanazi phela nina. Ngenzani manje? Cooking in the kitchen. Asikukhi, siphuza amanzi manje.
What is healthy? Don't listen to her.
Siphuza amanzi kitchen, guys. Yashisa kule kitchen. Kule kitchen kuyashisa she.
Stop it.
Siphuza amanzi kitchen. Ngazile nje. Yazi saxoxa mnandi, saxoxa mnandi. Yayimosha. Bekumele yazi bekumele wenzeni? Ngoludlala ingoma yami. Uyivale ngengoma yami.
But copyright issues.
Eish.
You can't. So I'll drop now.
Eish.
I'll drop really 16.
Yabona ke Ernest. Yabona.
Down for my
Ay guys. Ngivali pressure. Hayi manje kumele ngicabange ukuthi ngithini. Yazi bengibheda manje kumele ngisebenze.
From one of the tracks that you are gonna drop.
I'm thinking ngizamcabanga mfana. Okay, are you ready? 3. Come in. Shapa wobhuqu kancane bese uyaphoza lapho.
Okay.
Never mind.
Too quick.
It's not even too quick, it's offbeat. Like ubhuqu. Like
You're gonna cut that part out, right?
akuna rhythm awumfaka ubhuqu.
That's being Timbina. I'll see that.
Okay. Ngenza nervous yasiput.
Oh, also well never man. I believe in you.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, Okay, no, I can't take you serious.
Okay,
That's
okay,
the thing.
cool.
Like
Okay.
you joke a lot. That's the problem.
I'm peas.
No, you can look at me.
Your
It's fine.
thing.
You can look at me. Okay. I see many of you ringing me like, why you do this rap-ish? It's my passion, stopping me from all this dumb-ish. Technically speaking, I'm not mad at the game, B. I just think it lacks a little flavor and it smells Z. See, all the things I've been doing shows that I've been here. All the... Why are you tapping your fingers? And that's why are you snapping? We young distractor. You're right.
Just the prince, what are you doing?
It's
I'm busy, I'm gonna find
Hi guys, you guys are fired. You are fired. Both of you.
I will big Nas.
Ni fired. Go too. It's behind the scenes. Ushama snapping the fingers. Guys.
Wow, man, it's been fire, man.
I
Thank
know.
you very much for coming through.
Thank
I
you
really
for having
appreciate
me.
it. You know why I'm calling it, you know, but yeah, it's been fire. Thank you very much.
Thank you for
I hope
having
when
me.
you're big, you're gonna come back, right?
I'm here. This is
Is it
home.
part two?
This is home.
Part 2.
Ukhuleka. Angisho ngisho kusekhaya la. Hayi impilo kuphela.
Basi
Usekhaya la.
ngiyabonga mina.
Angiyabonga mina.
We
Says to
out.
me.
Yeah, man, we out.
Juicy, yeah. I heard my niggas be proud of me. Look at I'm reppin' my city so wavy, ain't nobody stopping me. Yeah. I'm giving no one apologies. I'm up with the squad, can handle the sauce. I'm tryna make me some rands. Look at my